the love you are receiving may hurt you more than the love you're giving out. You're receiving this love, but you don't feel like you deserve it. So therefore, you block it.
And wanting something for the sake of, you think you're going to feel better in having it. But the thing is, you'll settle for whatever because you just want it so bad.
And that's where you might need to self-heal.
Yeah. Like, for instance, I do want a relationship.
Right.
Do I want one immediately right now?
Fuck no.
This is what I used to do in my past. Because I just really wanted it, I would just try to make things work.
Right.
And then what happens is, now what you're giving is hurting just as equally. Mm-hmm. So now what you getting hurts and what you giving hurts.
Man, these limits go in. Yeah. Put me up. This is some straight vibes.
I already poured a little bit of shots.
You poured a little bit. As I pour, I will say hello. Welcome back to another episode of Bar2Bar Podcast.
Yes.
Where we bring bars from your favorite songs to the bar. And we discuss what's happening, y'all. It's your boy Kap. We here.
And I'm your host, Nick. Welcome back, guys. We missed you.
We miss y'all every single time we're not here. It's like a love relationship.
It is. I was gonna say, what kind of relationship you going for? Yeah,
love, hate. It's love. I love y'all. Y'all love us. So it's, you know what I'm saying? It's all love. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's getting ready for the holiday season as best they can, because this year blew by. We already about to be in 2024. And to add to that,
did it fly by to you?
It flew the fuck by.
So for me, at first, it wasn't fun. Like, it was going by accordingly.
It just keep going.
After, by August, when I got my media job, the job that I'm working now, it started to fly.
This shit flying. This shit.
It started to fly. So.
And to bring up some other things that y'all might have not have known, or I don't know, but by the time this airs, will have been a year past when we aired, or not aired, but when we shot our first episode.
Oh, yeah, because we shot in advance.
Yes, we always shoot in advance.
January 4th, but we
were shooting, when we launched in January 4th, the episode that we dropped, we shot in 2020.
To November
22, yeah.
Well,
November, December, yeah, one of them, yeah, November 12th. Yeah, November.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's been a year. So we just...
Cool.
We want to say thank you to y'all that has been consistently fucking with us from the beginning. We appreciate y'all. And then thank you to the newcomers, and thank you to those that's going to continue to fuck with us.
Yeah.
As we continue to grow.
I was thinking we should call our listeners, because I was thinking about the word regulars.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yes, that is a bar term. When you are working behind the bar, you have your regulars that come in.
Does that sound too regular though?
I just don't know if that is fitting, because I feel like I want them to be a part of the family. But regulars do be a part of the family. Don't get me wrong. Regulars be coming to our Christmas parties.
Facts.
They be coming to our events and stuff.
Facts.
But
they get the exclusives and the discounts.
I think they should be our bar staff.
Okay.
Part of the family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like that. That's a great idea.
I think 2024. We'll see if y'all stay with us.
Yeah, we
y'all could be the bar.
We could do some changes,
the
different names for the folks, and the newcomers is always gonna be newcomers. But welcome to the newcomers. But the bar staff, yeah, all our returning,
or maybe when we do our Patreon, the patrons can be the bar staff, and then the regulars,
because they're the ones getting the exclusive. They behind the closed doors.
So we'll play with it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys,
as you
can see, we're in good spirits. So,
great spirits.
Everything's always working out. You know what I'm saying? That's what I've been living by these days.
Keep God
even
first.
With all the foolery.
There's a lot of foolery going on around this.
But
God damn,
what is going on with the tomfoolery?
I don't know, and I'm sick and tired of it.
It's going around.
But you know what? We make shit happen.
Yeah.
It's because if you want something to happen, you got to make it happen. And that's just what we do. And
that's why I'm just like, shit's always working out for me. So I'm just not even going to stress about it. It is what it is.
No need to stress.
It ain't what it ain't.
Go with the flow. God got you. That's all that you got to remember.
So what song are we doing today?
The song that we're doing today is called Let Me Know by Brent. And I don't know,
Brent Faiyaz.
Okay, there we go. I say Faiyaz, but I don't know. It could be Faiyaz. I don't know. But it's Faiyaz. Brent Faiyaz. Okay, bet for sure. So, we're going to start off with our first. Well, first we're going to take the shot. And then after this shot, we're going to get into our first segment. So let's go ahead and take this shot. Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's go.
To good vibes, good energy, and good people. Lately, that's what I've had to say to keep the tomfooleries away from me.
Yeah. Yeah, you fucking goofies.
Yeah.
Anyways, my first segment is Check Some ID.
Yep.
So with this segment, we will determine, well, not me, I know, obviously, because I picked this song for today. So I'm going to ask her when this song came out. That's for her to determine whether she's right or wrong. Y'all, as y'all know, if you've been keeping up, she's usually 10 times out of 10 right. And I say 10 out of 10 because I believe it. I'm sorry, 11 times out of 10 she's right. With that being said, we will also then discuss whether the song could work in the past, whether it stays where it's at when the song came out, and then whether it could work in the future. Okay? So, song Let Me Know by Brent Faiyaz. When did this drop? Do you have a timeline to go with this?
I don't, but I did
Shocking.
watch the music video.
Okay.
And based on the music video, with how it was basically depicted, and the lyrics, of course, it went with the lyrics, but the video was depicting, a little bit of police brutality, just evil people in the world, or just people making the wrong decisions, kids falling into like the whole drug game.
Oh, shit.
It's somewhere between 2020 and 2021.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to say 2020.
She's right.
All right. Yay. I was going to say 2021 when you hesitated.
No, it was 20.
But the video.
It was 2020. The video definitely sets it off. And the police brutality. That is the same year that God damn it, I can't remember the name.
George Floyd.
George Floyd.
Because that happened on my birthday.
Yeah. So that's the same year that the George Floyd tragic death took place. Rest in peace. So with that being said, you hit the nail on the head.
But I really I didn't even think about it until now. I was like, oh shoot, I don't have a timeline.
But you know that this came out before that, though. This came out, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, February 2020. But there were still things that took place in late 2019 that still was happening. There was still things that
happening.
There was forever, but it was still like a lot of shit that took place in late 2019. That shit, that projected. You know what I mean? So it's just
from your Trayvon Martin to Mike Brown. It's
a lot of shit that's taking place. Unnecessary killings. We know that. We can. That's another song for another day. We'll get to that. Do you think that this song could work in the past? Would it stay where it was at in 2020, or could it? And then could it work in the future as well?
Yeah, it could work forever. The musicality probably just extends back to maybe 2000 and I'll say 2013, 14. The musicality of it.
I agree with you. I was gonna say 2012, but I agree with you that we were around the same
around there.
Yeah.
But the words, of course, can work forever.
Right, definitely.
The future, I don't know. I'm interested in seeing what music
is like in the future.
Yeah, the more and more we do this, the more and more I have less of an idea because things are changing so frequently. There's so many. It's not like back when we were kids where it was a certain type. There was murdering. There was your pop rock, your Avril Lavigne's, there was your pop princesses, your soul queens, Mary J. Blige, and you know what I'm saying? Those are very set in stone of what we're going to push to the masses. This is what the sound is going to be. Now, It's not dependent on that. We did a song on Friday. Friday is a mixture of so much. He's from the soul of the church to hip hop.
His voice is,
you know what I'm saying?
His voice is
Afro beats. It's all of it. There's not a particular sound. And I'm using him as an example because he's probably one of the newer artists that is trailblazing along with other artists in just doing what feels right to them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I love that for us because I feel like when I finally release this music, y'all, I have more space and more leeway and more inspiration to go off of. I don't have to feel like, oh, I just have to do this because I'm a pop princess or I'm a neo soul artist.
Right.
It's like I can
do whatever.
Yeah.
I got you. To go on with that, you know, a little bit of background on Brent Faiyaz. His full name is Christopher Brent Wood. He was based out of Baltimore, Maryland. His first single was dropped back in September 2016. It was called Natural Release. But the song that really, 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 really put him on was called Crew by GoldLink.
Mm-hmm.
You see
That came out.
Me.
That came out.
Man.
2018?
No.
16.
16. The same. It was just 2 months after he released his first song. His first single.
I remember that because I have a timeline.
That song, everybody loved that song. Everybody loved that song. If you didn't love that song, there was something wrong with you.
It put him on the map for sure. But
Definitely.
GoldLink is the truth. GoldLink and K Tronada are like top tier for me.
Well, man, I need to look into a GoldLink song. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That probably be next. You know what I mean? But yeah, definitely was a great song. Definitely love the fact that he's on now for sure. With all the albums that he's dropped, he's fine. Definitely fine.
Yep.
The next segment we got is What You Pouring. So that is basically, what liquor do you think this song is? You know what I'm saying? It could be a drink. It could be a just straight liquor. It could be wine. Whatever you may think it is. You just let us know what you feel. For me, I'm gonna let you go first. What do you feel? What do you feel this song is?
You go first.
When we go first, I say mojito. Cool and refreshing.
Okay.
Cool.
That's a different take.
Cool and refreshing.
Why
Relax. Though? It's just I just for me, I think this is a vibe song. Yeah, the lyrics say one thing, but listening to the song, like when I listen to this song, I be sitting there vibing. So mojito, cool and refreshing. That's just what I felt.
I got whiskey because, but like maybe like Woodford, because when things are a little bit more wise, I always do the more mature type drinks.
Okay.
And I was gonna say with one of the big blocks of ice, but I'm not gonna go that far with it.
Okay.
Just on ice.
Okay. All right.
That particular bar may not have that, or the person ordering it may not know. I feel like this song is like you're coming into being awake, quote unquote woke.
And that's why I say like it's the refreshing part, because you're getting there. You're getting there. Once you get there, it's refreshing to waking up.
Yeah.
And understanding kind of your place in this world.
And I say mine because it's like, I look at it as when you start to drink less cocktails and you're more on the straighter side, it's like you're becoming more mature.
Right.
And so I feel like this song is helping you to
mature,
be awake and become more aware and mature with what's going on in the world.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I like that. I like your answer too.
And we on, we vibe, we do our thing around here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
We're different, but yet we're alike.
Yeah.
And we got the facts to back it up, or the opinions, I should say more so. All right, so let's hop into these bars, bar to bar, where we discuss the lyrics, talk about a few things, you know what I'm saying, bring our personal opinions into it, and maybe even personal life experiences. So let's hop into it. The first bar I got is, going to start from the beginning, actually. It's, who can I love when they tell me I can't love myself? And I feel like that's a valid question, because if you can't love yourself properly, should you be trying to love anyone else?
Absolutely not. That's a given. We know that now.
It should be a given, but I still feel like there's people that be out there trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. But also with this too, I know he was referring to basically they're killing black men who look just like me.
And then that's another thing that I was going to touch on too. Yes.
How can I love?
You can't love. You feel like you can't love yourself as a black man. Who can you really love?
Right, exactly. And that's what I took from it. And that's just really unfortunate because, I mean, we're still humans.
But the lack of respect of a human being when being faced with certain situations that if another race was facing those same situations is what causes us to, you look in the mirror and you're like, damn, like, how can I really love myself if I know that I can possibly, I get treated like shit every day. And it's not every day, but you can get treated like shit every day. It's a possibility. Every day you step outside that door.
And when he says me too, he's probably talking about me because he's talking about you. Like, if you are to get hassled by the police or by just a Karen or something of the nature,
right?
Like, why? He's looking at it as why not me? Like, Cap didn't do anything,
right?
He's getting hassled by these people. Why not me?
I legally have right to do whatever it is I'm doing, but yet I'm getting hassled because I'm black. That's the only reason.
So it does make you think like maybe I shouldn't love myself.
Right.
But thank God we're in a place as a people, as a community, where we are vocal about how much we love the color of our skin. We love,
it's gotten
us as a people.
It's gotten a lot better. It's gotten a lot better.
I mean, black people do be doing some nigga shit, but
yeah, that is true. But hey, ain't nothing like when black people come together.
Right.
Like for instance, prime example. Oh my goodness, this is.
Okay, yes, lighten it up.
This has to be the best thing that happened this year, and I don't care what nobody says, but to me, this is the best thing that happened. That boat situation in Alabama.
Oh.
When them white folk jump on that security guard, and all the black folk, once they dock that boat, because they'll do that shit, once they dock the boat, all he was doing was asking them, could they move their boat so that boat could dock? They was like, oh, no, jump on them. Okay, bet. Nigga threw his head up.
In the air.
That's the signal. Bruh.
I've never been so proud of these chairs over here in my life. We have the folding chairs to the right of us.
Folded chairs. Now, these are black folded chairs, so these are even more lethal than the white folding chairs. Don't get us wrong.
We have one that's a little bit less,
It's a little cushion on there.
There's a little cushion on there. You know what I'm saying? In case we don't want to hurt you too bad.
Yeah, that can be used for the kids too, because we hit kids too. We don't give a fuck.
Oh, Lord. Jesus Christ. I didn't say that. Bar2Bar does not condone the messages that Will Cap Ransom have to.
No, real shit though. Like that was watching that shit. That shit was so funny, but at the same time, it was dope because they didn't know that man for nothing. But to see that he stood up for them, and then now they came and stood up for him because you seen the young dude that jumped in the water and started swimming over there.
Mm-hmm.
Got it
for a while. I didn't know what was happening. When that came out,
I first seen that.
I did not know what the heck was going on. And then I I just seen people posting, not the video, just posting. Oh, this is what I kept seeing first. People kept posting the meme that said, I'm going to tell my kids this was the Boston Tea Party.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell are they talking about? I didn't see the video for a while.
Niggas being niggas, bro.
Then I saw the video.
Shit fire.
And then I was like, oh. But I couldn't watch it for real because they were actually fighting, and I can't watch fighting because I'm an empath. And I can't.
Okay, especially shit like that, bro. When that lady got hit with the chair,
yeah. See, I never saw
the lady got hit with the chair.
Knew it was a vital part.
Another lady got knocked into the water, and she tried to get out. She couldn't get out.
I didn't even know it was women fighting. I just seen.
White lady got her big.
I saw the guy swimming.
Yep.
Saw the hat go in the air.
That's the signal. That's the signal. I better be ready when that signal got down. But yeah, and then back to the same lyric though, but when it comes to relationship wise, maybe not even relationship, friendship or anything like that, you can't, I feel like you cannot accept love from somebody else, or you shouldn't, but people do, they still try to, accept love from somebody else without loving themselves. And I feel like that is just, it's like self-sabotage in a sense. Like you feel like you don't deserve the love that you're receiving. So instead of just receiving that love because of the lack of love you have for yourself, you sabotage it.
When was the last time you did that?
I can't say that I have.
You've never sabotaged off of I'm not, she don't really want me, or I'm not good enough for her, or maybe I'm not good enough for this situation. Like imposter syndrome.
I don't think I have done it. I've had it done to me before though. where somebody has told me like I didn't think I was good enough for you or you too good for me, so I just had to step away because I didn't think the spiel that they give when when they say you too good for them type shit. And, you just gotta accept it because you see them like because they always happen. How it happened, how it happened for me.
Yeah,
they ghosted me.
Okay,
cool, fine, I accept it. I look me. I'm not the person that I try not to send out a double text. So if I send out a double text, I care. But after that double text and you still don't respond, then I'm fine. Whatever it is, what it is. Fuck it. But then after that, now it's like, okay, leave it alone. Then I see you. Then if I see you again and you try to, hey, that's it. That's all you get from me. Hey.
But I mean, did you sympathize with that person? Because after they came clean, it was like, look.
After the explanation, after they came clean, I told them all you had to do is tell me that. Whatever.
And if you still decided like, hey, this is still not a good fit for me, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
But that takes a lot of mature. How old were y'all?
Shit, we're in our 20s. So
We're not that mature in our 20s.
Yeah, right. Which is why, as I said, you could be a mature. There's the mature 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
And then there's the not so mature 20-year-olds.
Yeah. Which is a majority.
Right. So which is why I hold no grudges.
Yeah,
I didn't hold a grudge. I'm just like, when you first approached me, I'm like, hey, because that's it.
Yeah, for sure.
But after you explain it, I'm like, all right, cool, understandable. We cool.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't think I've self-sabotaged, not that I know of.
What
about you?
I almost self-sabotaged my media job that I have now.
Really?
I didn't even realize it was happening.
Really?
And I could talk about this now because I've got over the hump.
Really? That is surprising to me.
So on the episode where it was the Janae Born Tired, that episode actually, guys, was filmed a little bit. I think it was filmed like 3 weeks prior to. It had to be at least 4 weeks prior to us.
3 to 4 weeks prior to you dropping it? Right, us dropping it, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Prior to us dropping that was filmed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't intentional, but I say all that to say I did get very emotional in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't understand why I just felt like it's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
And a big part of things feeling really hard for me was because I wasn't accepting that I belong in the room.
See,
so
it
was
sabotage.
hard to love myself when I felt like
you didn't deserve to be there.
Yeah. Which was weird because
that's crazy because you do deserve to be in there.
That's what imposter syndrome is.
Right.
And for me, I didn't realize it was happening. Normally I can tell.
Right.
But I think because there was a part of me that knew I know how to do this, duh.
Right.
But I feel like there was a bigger part of me, probably my subconscious, that felt like, who do you think you are? And so the way it manifested itself out was me making hella fucking mistakes. One after the other I'm talking about I was like literally preparing to get fired.
You told me about you did tell me about the mistakes.
Yeah.
You did.
And I'm not good with mistakes, so I would be very disappointed in myself and beat up on myself.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that imposter syndrome really tried to take me out. And it wasn't until it was one small mistake that I made. But the thing is, I was making so many that the small one was like, for me, it was a straw on the camel's back. Because I was like, what is happening?
Right.
This is not like you. You don't just make a trillion mistakes on things that you know how to do.
Right.
So what is happening? Why is this? So I had to sit down with myself and literally turn everything off and just sit in silence and just sit there until I got to the bottom of it. The revelation came up then.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a few more days before I had a meeting with my boss, because it did turn into having to have a meeting with my boss, which went a lot better than I thought it would. Thank God. But Yeah, it just took a few days for me to really get to the bottom of it, but I will say just sitting in silence and just being like, figure it out. What is, go back and recollect what is going on. Why are you feeling like this, that, and the third? So,
Right.
Yeah.
Word. That's good. That's what I'm talking about. Let it out. Let it out, girl.
Let it out, Louis.
All right. So the next lyric I got is, how in the hell could I possibly love someone else? Which it all goes hand in hand with the first one. But the love you're receiving may hurt you more than the love you're giving out.
Oof.
That's as deep in itself, I feel like, but because you're receiving this love, but you don't, I said this already before, I know I said this and I'm saying it again, but you don't feel like you deserve it, so therefore you block it.
Say it again. The love you're receiving.
The love you're receiving
can hurt.
May hurt you more than the love you're giving out.
Yeah, and that goes from not paying attention to what the fuck going on.
Agreed.
And wanting something for the sake of
just wanting it.
Well, that too, but for the sake of you think you're going to feel better in having it.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, you're right.
And that could be true, but the thing is you'll settle for whatever because you just want it so bad.
And that's where possibly could be something that you might need to self-heal.
Yeah. Like, for instance, okay, I don't know if this episode dropped yet, but we were talking about on an episode where, I was dating and I saw a red flag and I basically bolted and bailed on it because I was like, But, I do want a relationship. Right. Do I want one immediately right now?
Fuck no.
Like, I'm good, but I'm working my way towards getting comfortable, getting back dating and, just slowly getting my way back into, a little pool.
Yeah.
So now think about it. If I were this is what I used to do in my past because I just really wanted it.
Right.
I just wanted to be out the game.
Yeah.
Like, I would just try to make things work.
Right.
But what I was receiving was hurting me so much more. And then what happens is now what you're giving is hurting just as equally. Because now you're just giving too much to people who don't deserve it. So now what you getting hurts and what you giving hurts.
It's like, and then you're pouring. I watched a video the other day about pouring into others, but not pouring into yourself. So now you're receiving this love that you don't feel like you deserve, but then at the same time, you're pouring into others and giving them the love. So then what are you doing for yourself though? So now all these cups are full of your love that you're giving them, but your cup is empty because you have not given yourself
I think that speaks
shit.
to you a lot, Will.
What you talking about?
Well, you're a giver.
I am a giver.
I think you would give before you take care of yourself.
Yeah. That's always been me.
But how are you navigating that as an 30-something-year-old male?
Shit. I'm learning to not give so much and to wait. I'm learning to not give to others so much and just give to myself more now. Self-love. Doing better with that. That was I always loved myself, don't get me wrong, but I will overextend myself.
Oh, yeah.
And then you overextend yourself, you tend to forget about yourself. And now there is no yourself. Really, you fall back and then people just hit you up when they need you.
Yeah.
Instead of, hey, how you doing? You good? Checking on you. No, they just, hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Fuck
for
that.
Sure. I think I've definitely been in that too. And sometimes it is hard for me to still say no or say, hey, let me take some time to think about this, that, and the third. I've been in a lot of isolation, so that hasn't necessarily been something I've dealt with too much this year.
Right.
But I do think I have, one thing I learned this lesson in 2020. In 2020 during quarantine, where we were in the house for about 2 weeks or so, in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It was like a month and some change.
They ain't keep Atlanta down long.
I remember doing a lot of things because, all we had was time. I was doing a lot of things to just be more self-aware, self-care. I was eating good. I was working out, doing my, taking care of myself. What happened is when I went back into the streets, I didn't realize like, yeah, you did all these things and you're good and you felt great. I felt so good during quarantine. Like I didn't feel like I gained all this weight and like I really took care of myself. It was a great time.
A lot of people gained their quarantine 50.
So when I went back, when I went back into the streets, I didn't realize or I forgot that you gotta practice that.
Right.
You can't just
hop in, jump
right.
in, jump
it's
out.
like going to work and you clock in Monday through Friday. And you receive the money for it. You're like, oh yeah, I'm good. We up. I just got my check. You got to go back to work.
Yeah, you still got to go back next week.
You got to go back to work. You can't just stop working. You got to go back. And I didn't do that. And by the end of 2020, I did lose myself. Right. If you've listened to this podcast before, you've heard me kind of talk about that a little bit.
Facts.
So yeah, I totally agree with your statement for sure.
The next bar I got is some things we can't explain. Why do we act this way? And I wonder that. Why do we act this way? I feel like folks act that way because of the lack of realizing their self-worth. You don't realize what your worth is, therefore you minimize yourself or belittle yourself, but maximize everybody else.
Yeah. Have you dealt with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've minimized myself, but or belittled myself. Belittled myself while maximizing other people. Hey, shout out to this person. Oh yeah, blah blah blah. But shout out to this person. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And telling them that they can do this and that. But so basically, like it goes back to saying pouring into them, but not pouring into myself.
You know what's interesting, and it's interesting that you're a Libra too, because I find that Libras, I really admire. Maybe it's just my Libra friends, but
we gang.
I'll just say this: I admire people who can throw parties for themselves and know that people will show up and want to come and have a great time. You know, that is one of my biggest, is one of the things that gives me the most anxiety.
Throwing a party for yourself?
Oh my God, I've never done it. And I tried once in 2021, but I think it failed miserably too. One, I kind of did it last minute because I was fighting with myself, like, people are going to want to come.
Yeah, next year we're doing it.
And then, literally, my friends came, the handful that I had.
Next year we're throwing Nick a party.
I mean, if people want to throw
Nick, you're throwing it. You're throwing
it. Is literally scary. It might be one of the reasons why I don't mind eloping too.
Really?
Yeah, a wedding?
Why not have a wedding?
I don't mind having a wedding, but I'm kind of scared.
You don't think people gonna show up to your wedding?
No.
Man, you gonna sit out that goddamn invitation, they gonna show up, and whoever don't show up, fuck them.
I'm just hoping my husband will have a lot of friends and people to it.
I'll be there.
Well, I don't want a big wedding. I know that for sure.
That's fine. I'm still gonna be there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm gonna be a witness. If it's at the jail, not the jail, I'm about to say the jailhouse, the courthouse. God, I'll be a witness. That not the jailhouse. If it's at the courthouse, y'all decide to do it that way. I'm there, the witness.
Oh my gosh! All right. Well,
God damn it.
But I do, and I think for me, it's not. It's magnetizing up because I'll show up to everybody's stuff. Right. My homegirl, Kiki, she can't wait to throw herself something. You know what I'm saying? My other homegirls, they just be throwing themselves parties. Some of my homeboys, they just be like, yeah, come out, da 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 da. And it's so funny because when I'll tell people, yeah, my birthday coming up, and they'll be like, what we doing? They'll affirm that. Okay, this is what we do. We show up for our people.
We big caps, all caps. We.
But even your cousin, he had a little party, a little shindig. A little shindig at the club.
Some, we like to
and I
turn up a little bit, do a little dance moves.
I don't know, and he's a Libra. I'm telling you, Libras I just think it's so astonishing. You're gonna throw a party and you just know people are coming.
You know what's funny as
fuck? And they want to come for you.
You know what's funny as fuck though? This nigga thought he was a Scorpio for the longest.
Oh yeah, you said that on the body. Yeah. But I just always have just dismissed myself.
Don't dismiss yourself.
When it comes to
parties and celebration, don't dismiss yourself because shit. We gonna celebrate with you. As long as you let us know.
The only thing I will do is I will go on a trip.
Oh, we know that.
But the thing about a trip is you only bring like 2-3 people.
When the last time you went on a trip though?
For my birthday?
Period. Trip.
Well, I didn't
period.
do anything this year.
You didn't do this year?
Okay. Which is very, very odd for me. But the reason...
you talked about Miami at one point.
Yeah, but it just doesn't make sense with my goals right now. For
understood.
financially, it's just because I would have taken a solo trip. And solo trips can be expensive because everything is you. You know what I'm saying? You're paying full for
hotel,
flight, Airbnb, or hotel. Oh, you said hotel.
Yeah, rentals, cars, Ubers,
food, all the things that I want. Because when I travel, I do
down
stuff.
with the get down. You hear me?
Yeah,
ain't no sitting in that hotel room.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So I was just like, look, this year, let's just spend a 365 in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Next year, we'll ball out. We don't have to ball out, but we can start taking trips again. I mean, last year, I went on like 4 or 5 different trips throughout the year. So I'm like, and one of them was out the country. So
get back to it next year.
Yeah, I don't feel like I just never go anywhere. Like it was just this year was a transformational year to help validate and magnetize me. I had to do the inner work. I feel like it's paying off, so it's good.
Love it. Next bar I got is sometimes I contemplate. Some things my heart can't take. Why do we hurt one another, fight our brother, kill and rape? Love can trump it all. He sung that. I really can't sing, or else I was singing the way he sung it, but I can't do that, so I'm not gonna fuck it up. Do you, Nick, think love can save all?
No.
I agree with you on that one.
What's your
like
answer?
What I put is like if on earth it was love all over, just love and peace, everybody was just love and peace all over. I don't think that everybody wants love.
No, everybody wants love.
It
just can't cure everything.
Or maybe they want love a certain type of way.
Yeah, of course. I mean, people like love certain types of way, but
you don't think that there has to be a balance? So
yeah, there has to be contrast. There can't be light without dark. So I think without love, I mean,
if it's all love,
it wouldn't exist.
That's what as I said, love, he said love can trump it all, but I just don't.
Love can trump it all, but in order for it to even be a situation where love is going to trump things, there has to be contrast.
Right.
So
there can't be love throughout the whole everything, because there has to be the negative side of it to make the love come out.
Yeah, for sure. I'm trying to think of something different, but we're on the same page with that. Do you think that we're on the purpose of us being on this earth is to love?
I think that's some people's purpose.
Okay.
Maybe not everybody. I still don't know what
you don't think like the basis of it is? Like, why are we here in the first place?
Could be.
You know, one of my favorite things to say, y'all, is when shit, like, honestly, I was telling Will earlier that I have to deal with some bullshit. I want to deal with it later. I was kind of stressed about it, but one thing I love to do or say is none of this shit matters in the end. I don't know why I'm here to begin with. I don't know why any of us are here. Allegedly, we're spinning on a rock in infinite darkness that's always expanding. So the infiniteness, we're just
even more infinite.
Right. And we don't know. We all like to have an idea. I'm not saying that purpose is not a real thing. I'm just saying, like, at the end of the day, like, we really don't know.
Right. We don't.
Like, we could just all be puppets. We really could this could all be a memory. We could have all already died, and this is a memory of you up there replaying in your mind what happened that day.
I wonder that. Not every day, but from time to time, that thought is crossed. Like, what is this? Is this a memory?
Yeah.
And then when I do cross over, do I get a new memory that I have to relive the whole life of that memory? Like, it's crazy.
Have you heard what Drake said about how I think it was the night before he auditioned for Degrassi. I think, or some acting gig. It could have been or not been Degrassi, but it was the night before his audition, and he actually smoked some weed for the first time with a friend, I think, or so, or I don't know. I think a friend, and he got really high and realized like, oh, this is a bad decision. But he says like he's had said that sometimes he thinks about that night and he thinks, you know, damn, what if I'm just on a really long trip and like, you know, like what if I'm still high and this is just like a big dream and
it's I'm
gonna wake up one day. But he doesn't know that it could feel like a long ass dream.
Right.
When you dream, you don't know the time span of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A dream could be, it can seem like it lasted the whole time you were sleeping, but literally only lasted 10 minutes.
Yeah. So that's one of the things I like to say when I'm like, I don't even know why we're here. Is love the purpose of it all? Can it trump it all? Are we puppets? Is this a simulation? Is it not? Is it the Matrix? Is it... What's that? What's the name of that movie? The Trumpet, the Truman Show.
Oh, the Truman.
Truman Show fuck you up.
I need to watch that again because I haven't seen that movie in so long.
It'll fuck you up. Also, it's another movie with Michael Douglas called The Game. That'll fuck you up.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's basically where he's playing this. He's like a really serious, like multimillionaire, and then he plays this game, and shit goes crazy.
Yeah, I need to watch that.
And it's like a mind fuck, basically. Anyways, yeah.
All right.
We can move on.
The next bar I got is, I know you've seen it all. I know you a star. You just have to believe in who you are. And I think that goes with self-confidence. And that self-love of knowing and believing in who you are as a person. I've had to deal with that. I dealt with that. Like I said, when I went to counseling before, I had to realize who the fuck I was. Yeah, I say that like that because I meant that shit.
No,
like,
me too. Like literally earlier this month, I had to be like, this isn't you.
Right. Who the fuck are you? You have to, sometimes you got to sit there outside of any session that you go to and look in the mirror and be like, yo, wake the fuck up.
Yeah.
Because in all honesty and truthfulness, you're the only person that could really wake yourself up out of whatever slumber, pissy situation, shitty, whatever it is you're going through. So can't nobody live your life for you?
Exactly. It is tough though, because
it's not easy. Now, I'm not saying that like you just gonna all of a sudden just snap out of it, but you gotta want to snap out of it.
Yeah, but the easiest way to like kind of get yourself out of that is to be aware. You know what I mean? When you start to become aware, it's like when people go to AA and they're like, what is it? Honesty or admitting it is the first step. Basically, admitting you have a problem is the first step. It's basically being aware. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, with the whole imposter syndrome thing that I was going through earlier this, I guess, third quarter of the year.
Right.
That was one of the things that helped me snap out of it over the course of those days. I remember saying to myself, this isn't who the fuck you are. Who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck?
The thing is, my funds were getting lower, and I just remember like I'm not even a person who I know how to manifest more abundance in my life. I know how to like. It took me looking at a specific number, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" I don't
recognize this person.
I don't, and that's what helped me snap because I was like, first of all, this is happening with my funds. This is happening at work.
Right.
This is happening in my personal life. It's like, what the fuck? And so that's one of the things that helped me like really snap out of it. I was starting to become aware, and that just, I was like, oh no, baby, I don't know who the fuck that is. I'm playing a character. I don't know who that is.
She got right, and that was it.
Yeah.
And
sometimes that character tries to creep back in. Have you heard of the analogy of the white wolf and the black wolf?
No.
Okay, so it's an analogy. I guess it's some ancient history. I don't know, some ancient tale from like a monk or something. But basically, it's a metaphor. But everybody has a white and a dark, a white and a black wolf inside of them.
Right.
Obviously, the darker one, the black one, is going to, which it don't gotta be black. It could be like gray. In my mind, it's gray.
Or something.
But anyways, the darker wolf basically is it feeds off of negativity.
Mm-hmm.
So it feeds off whenever you are feeling shameful or guilty or feeling not good enough or feeling anger, like revengeful, any of those things, negative emotion, that's you feeding that wolf. So it gets stronger and stronger. That's why, like, sometimes as soon as you wake up, you already going into fucked up thought process.
Right.
So the white one, when you feed off of that one, well, not feed off of it. Don't eat the wolf.
Yeah.
when you feed that one, you're basically feeding it positive
Right.
emotions and positive thoughts and positivity. So that's your, I don't know who the fuck that is, but that ain't me. That's that confidence. That's that, you know what I'm saying?
Self-love.
So sometimes when you're in a mind fuck, you have to think like, which wolf am I feeding right now? Which one am I allowing to get stronger?
Right.
And so that helps me a lot.
That's a good you said analogy, correct?
Yeah.
That's a good analogy. I like that.
Yeah, because it's like, when I was feeling crazy and self-sabotaging, basically, I really could have like stopped and been like, which wolf am I feeding right now?
Right.
Like I'm feeling so, and mind you, I was beating up on myself so bad when I was making these mistakes that were easily forgiven, like not being held on to. Clearly, I still have my job.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? But I'm just beating up on myself.
You take your job serious.
Yeah, I do care. And it's not to say that I shouldn't care, but I could have better handled that mentally for myself to keep from making. I think the reason why I was making so many of those mistakes because I was feeding the negative wolf, and the negative wolf was basically getting stronger and stronger and was getting hungrier and hungrier. And so that one's the one that's getting strong enough to come up to me and be like, yo, feed me some more.
Right.
Meanwhile, the positive one is kind of
sitting
limping.
back there waiting.
Yeah, it's limping. It's not as healthy. It's frail. It's not as... I was feeding the other one way more.
Right.
So then I was like, yeah. Got to start feeding the other one. So it's just a good little analogy. Just think about it that way. Which wolf am I feeding right now?
That's a good one. Definitely a good one. Next bar guide is, and with living comes with ills. Don't let them make you feel like the world can't heal. It's hard out here. Despite your fears, keep holding on. Obviously living in life itself, it comes with problems. It comes with issues. That's going to happen. What are some ways you handle your life's problems or issues?
That's a loaded question, but more specifically, what I've discussed earlier. And
because obviously we've been talking about it.
Yeah. But to expand more on that, I feel like the biggest thing for me, like I said, was some things you don't have to take so serious. A lot of the times, I know for me, shit will look so much bigger. The problem will seem so much bigger in my mind. And you know what they say? They say that you suffer twice when you worry. Because you suffer before you even go to handle the situation. And then you suffer when you're constantly worrying about it. So for me, it's not even suffering twice. I probably suffered 1,000,000 times in my brain.
The way that we be thinking and how some of us overthink things.
Yeah. Before the meeting with my boss, I was suffering on replay, on repeat.
I'm sure you probably kept on bringing up so many different types of scenarios.
Yes. And I was like, okay, I'll say it this way. I'll say it this way.
Yep.
Finally, by the time all the revelation came out,
right,
it got to a point where I was just like, all you got to do is tell the truth and you'll be fine. And that's what I did. And it was totally fine. But had I said that to myself in the beginning, I wouldn't have to have suffered so many times.
Right.
I suffered so many. I relived it over and over and over again. It was like...
Afterwards, it was like a sigh of relief, wasn't it?
Hell yeah. It was. And what was really dope is during the meeting, I just remember... Basically, it just went better than...
Yeah, expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just remember feeling like,
whew.
Oh, it's not going to turn to shit. But by the time I got to the meeting, I remember I was on some just tell the truth. Whatever happened.
Right.
At this point.
She probably respected your honesty more than anything.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
ownership.
For sure. Yeah.
For me, how I handle life problems, I try to just, what's the word? Head on. Like I try to just go at it.
Are you a fixer? Like you got to fix it immediately?
Nah, because a lot of shit can't be fixed immediately, and I realized that.
wanting-
Like I used to be that way. I used to want to. Okay, what can I do to just fix this situation and just like dead it and be done and just put it behind me?
Yeah.
But a lot of situations, it takes time, and it doesn't happen just like that.
Yeah.
You have to go through a process.
Yeah.
And the process is going to help fix these problems. Because another thing that some people don't realize is with problems, there are little minor problems that come from the bigger problem. Things that you got to take care of. So it's like missions. Like, for instance, let's just talk. Put it in video game terminology.
Mm-hmm.
You've heard of Grand Theft Auto, correct?
Mm-hmm.
There's the main mission on the game, and then there's side missions. But at the end of the day, the goal is to finish the main mission of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But you got these little side missions that you can do too.
Mm-hmm.
So to get to the main mission, though, sometimes you got to do a side mission that correlates with the main mission.
Yeah.
It's just like problems. You want to fix that problem so badly. You want it to be done today, but you can't finish it all.
I'm
today.
still like that sometimes.
And sometimes I agree with you. I'm like that sometimes too. Like I want to fix it today. That shit, because if you're able to put it behind you, that's one less thing you got to think about. And like you talked about just a second ago, all those scenarios that play in your head, all those worries that play in your head, it's like you ain't got to worry about it no more. So now that's one less thing you got to worry about.
Yeah.
But
sure.
With some problems, there's no quick solution. You have to go through the process of fixing it.
You have to let people feel how they feel sometimes. Sometimes you have to wait on something or someone. But I just like to fix things immediately. I'm a fixer.
I was a fixer.
The only time I'm not a fixer is when I'm turned off by something.
Then you don't care.
Nah. When I'm turned off, it's normally because now if I'm noticing red flags I don't want to deal with, and it's really early, so I don't have to really deal with a conversation and stuff. It's like, but it's new, so it doesn't really matter. Or if I've tried to talk to you about it, or have talked to you about it more than once, and we're not getting anywhere.
Well, that's when it just becomes just like repetition. That just should get old. You get tired of repeating yourself.
That's when I don't care anymore.
As you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Because obviously they don't care. They keep on doing the same shit over and over again.
Yeah. Or sometimes it takes people a while, depending on what it is, to just get out of their own way and get out of their habit of doing things the way that they do it. That doesn't work.
Habits.
For others. So.
Facts.
Regardless. Deuces.
All right. Well, that was my last bar. I do have an 86.
Okay.
So for the 86.
Wait.
Wait. I'm sorry. Let me discuss
it.
Yeah. Let me tell y'all about the 86 segment. I'm sorry, y'all. I was getting ahead of myself. So for those that do not work in nightlife, or even the restaurant life at all, period, hospitality to be more specific. 86 means when we're out of something, we always put, in the system 86, or we tell each other we're 86 in something because we're out of it. We don't have it. So in this situation, this is a would you rather, and which one would you rather not have? Well, that's the one you're going to 86. All right. All right. So would you rather have someone that loves you no matter what? They always forgive you for whatever you may do.
Okay.
So they're going to love you no matter what you do. Always going to forgive you. You can fucking, no matter what you do.
Yeah.
Or would you rather have someone that loves you, but when you fuck up, they show you the tough love. They give you, they're gonna chastise you. They're gonna come at you and, give you. It's not always just gonna be roses all on this side. You're gonna have to deal with some dead roses too.
Well, I would love to eliminate. I would love to 86. Obviously the one that comes with tough love. But, I mean, if I'm talking about building character, I would have to eliminate the one that is
all roses,
because it's not saying that. I mean, like, for instance, it could be my mom that gives me all roses. No matter what I do, she always loves me. She's just gonna be like, all right, baby, we're gonna figure it out. No tough love. But when I go out into the world, I'm a fumble. You know what I'm saying?
Not just fumble, you gonna crumble because them folks gonna eat you alive.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so I've kind of felt like from this year of seeing how I've handled feedback and making mistakes and being, having someone be disappointed in me in different areas of my life outside of work and this, like, I noticed that, like, because I've had situations where my parents were tough or my older brother on my dad's side was tough when it comes to giving me advice and that tough love. It makes it easier for me to be able to handle it. Sorry, y'all, that was me.
How about, I thought I turned the Wi-Fi off.
I think it's one of my notifications from my calendar.
Okay.
But yeah, anyways, that is, I'll have to eliminate all roses.
Same here. I also feel like tough love makes people who they are. That's just different. That tough love you get, it helped mold you into the person that you can become, and it gets you ready for the world.
Do you think there's a situation where all roses does work, where you just get good love, tough love?
Well, I mean, is everybody giving you roses the whole time? Because if you're getting roses from every single person that you come in contact with, yeah, it's gonna work. But once you find out, once one person gives you them dead roses and they hit you with that tough love, you're not gonna know how to respond to that. You're gonna break down, and that's when the self love starts happening. The less self love, because you start to hate yourself. Like, oh my God, I didn't know. How could I? Oh my, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know how to handle.
Yeah.
That.
What about a trust fund baby who doesn't ever have to work or do business? Because business is cutthroat. Ain't no roses in that hole. Well, it can be cutthroat.
Shit.
A trust fund baby who doesn't have to work. Doesn't have to do business deals, is not famous, so doesn't have to deal with public scrutiny, just has his or her own little community.
Own little money.
Own money, ain't needing for nothing. And they just get roses, all love.
If you got it like that and it happens to work out for you and it worked for you like that, then more power to you.
I'm gonna say, I'm asking, do you think that would be a situation where...
That's
what do they need tough love for?
I mean, they don't need tough love because you're gonna start off at the top. You're the one that's gonna be dishing out the tough love because the folks is gonna be coming to you for everything. You're the boss, essentially. Yeah, I just think the trust fund baby is gonna have it easier because they're gonna come up with money and then they're gonna start life off with money.
Yeah.
So they're gonna be at the top already. That's just my thing about it. So they're gonna be the ones giving the tough love until they run out of money, and then if they don't make no more money, that is, and then now they got to deal with the tough love of being broke.
But what if they don't know how to give tough love now because they've only received
roses?
They don't know what it's like to be like, hey.
I think that's a spoiled child that's waiting to come. I don't know.
So tough love is basically necessary.
Yes, I think it's necessary to live.
Because the world is set up that way.
I agree.
Okay. Well, I was just trying to challenge it.
That's a good one. Good one. Yep. You got a tip for the bar?
Yeah, so this is our last segment where we tip the bar. We give a tip based on
the song, what we feel.
I'm going to say, get out of your own way. Get out of your own way because it, obviously it hinders you. Duh. And just from experience of my own, especially what I just went through with myself in the third quarter of this year, I really could have lost my job that I really care about due to the fact of me getting in my own way. A lot of the reason why my music hasn't, the career that I saw for myself didn't happen in the past is because I got in my way. I did not understand how to become a different, a lot of the times you just have to become a different person. Oh, that's another thing I was hearing. I remember driving and I was really sad and I was going to meet up with Kiki and I was driving in silence.
Hey, Kiki.
And I was driving in silence and I just kept hearing, kill that version of you. And it was so clear. And it more so sounded like it was from my higher self. But that's why when I came to the point where I was like, oh, I don't know who the fuck that is. And I snapped out of it is because that version of me was no longer I don't know if it ever was me, but it was
Right.
a part of me. Yeah, it was. It was a part of me that I'm not proud of.
Right.
But it was just coming to the forefront and staying there. And I was allowing her to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just like I had to get rid of.
Kick that motherfucker out.
Yeah. And she's still around because it's going to take time because she's very familiar with this place. She know the loopholes to get in. She know all the little crevices to crawl in through.
Don't they know it all?
Right. But, you know, I just feel like when I finally just was aware and got out of my way, it was easier to, even if she does crawl through something, I could be like, or crawl through a window, I could be like, sis, baby, bruh man, you gotta go back to the 4th floor. You gotta go back. Or whatever. No, he lived on the 5th floor and he would say,
bruh man from the 5th floor.
Yeah, you gotta go back. You gotta go back. You can't be over here. So yeah, that's my tip. Get out of your own way.
My tip for the bar is to love yourself. Okay. Self-love is important. Self-love.
Go ahead.
Self-love is important. Self-love is what makes your world go around. Fuck all that shit that everybody else pouring into you. Pour into yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck pouring into everybody else. If you can't pour into yourself, if you can't love yourself, then you can't love nobody else. And I mean that on everything. I had to deal with that. Everybody, I think, at some point in their lives had to deal with that, where they had to realize, okay, I need to take care of me first. Take care of yourself. Okay? It's important.
And that's it for us today.
That's it, man. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Bar2Bar Podcast. You can follow me on Instagram at KAP_ransom.
And you can follow me on Instagram at nic.tracy. That's Nick Tracy. Thank you guys so much for coming in to another episode. We love y'all. We'll see you next week at the bar.
Yeah.
Peace.